He went from sleeping on floors in Chicago to topping Billboard charts, and somehow turned pain into poetry. Long before stadium lights or platinum plaques, Lil Durk's life sounded more like an emergency siren than a song. Born into chaos, raised in the trenches and molded by struggle, Durk Banks didn't just rap about the streets, he survived them. And that survival became his superpower. This is the untold journey of how Lil Durk, once dismissed as another drill rapper lost in the noise, became something far bigger, the voice of the trenches, the one who could make heartbreak sound holy and pain feel poetic. Stay tuned, because by the end of this story, you'll see how one man turned his wounds into words that changed a generation. Before we dive deep, think about this. What does voice of the trenches mean to you? Is it someone who speaks for the streets, or someone who transforms their pain into power? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to know what it means where you're from. Englewood, Chicago, a place where dreams fade as quickly as daylight. For a young Durk Banks, music wasn't a hobby, it was an escape route. The streets were loud, but his voice had to be louder. With his father incarcerated and his mother struggling to hold the family together, Durk learned young that no one was coming to save him. His voice was the only thing he owned, and he planned to make it heard. He started with borrowed studio time, old equipment, and mixtapes that traveled from one phone to another like whispers through the block. There was no glamour, no label deal, just a boy recording over beats in a makeshift bedroom, turning real pain into raw verses. Those early tracks weren't perfect. The mix was off, the flows rough. But there was something special buried in the chaos: honesty. In a world full of bravado, Durk's openness cut through like a confession. When the Chicago drill scene erupted around 2012, names like Chief Keef and Lil Reese were already dominating headlines. But Durk was different. He didn't glorify violence. He reflected on it. He wasn't shouting over the beat. He was bleeding on it. While others bragged about the street life, Durk mourned it. He rapped about losing friends, dodging death, and missing chances that never came twice. That vulnerability made people listen. It was like hearing someone cry through the speakers and realizing you'd cried the same tears. The more pain he poured out, the more people related. He became the soundtrack of those who didn't have a voice, the ones who'd lost brothers, the ones who felt forgotten. Durk didn't create drill music. He humanized it. He gave it a soul. His songs didn't just talk about the trenches, they carried the weight of them. And just when the city started to echo his name, Durk learned the hard truth of fame. It doesn't erase struggle, it magnifies it. The industry wasn't built for someone like him. There were politics, expectations, and pressure to fit into molds he never asked for. He was labeled, doubted, written off. But he never folded. While others signed quick deals and vanished, Durk kept grinding. He dropped project after project, signed to the streets, Remember My Name, love songs for the streets. Each one a diary entry in his evolution. He wasn't chasing hits, he was documenting pain. Slowly, the industry started to notice that this wasn't just a street rapper. This was a storyteller. As the fame grew, the losses piled up. Friends turned enemies. Brothers turned memories. Durk lost